And so the drinks break has been taken. The final drinks break of the entire season. The final drinks break of the grand final. We now are faced with the final quarter of the match. The final quarter of the day's play, the final eighth of the match, the ending of the grand final, and the conclusion of this entire season. It's all come down to this. Let's see what happens. Alright, here we go. Looks like it's Farron Price to bowl. Yep. And left alone. Farron Price is to bowl at the Diamond Creek Trail end. This is the 52nd over. Comes into bowl and defends it. Comes into bowl and down the leg side. Comes into bowl and defends it. Comes into bowl and defends it again. Fielded in close on the leg side. So at the end of this over there will be 16 to go. So 70 something runs to win. Comes into bowl and it's a wide. So the maiden is spoilt. Now you would expect that they would bring back on Sewell for a third spell to wrap up the game, especially considering his wicket-taking abilities and considering how vital it is to shut down a North Eltham assault in the final period of the innings. Farron Price into bowl and leaves it alone, and just the wide off it, end of the over. So this is the 53rd over. Island into bowl and plays it a miss. So there's just the one fielder in the deep, and it was a long off but has been shifted over to a long on. So now the field is slip, gully, point, cover, mid off, mid on, long on, square leg. Oh, and cow's corner. and drives it, and it's right through that gap. The gap that was just created previous delivery has been exposed. They've gotten 2. Are they going to go for a third on the arm? They do. 3 runs there. Whatever that tactical ploy was by the Diamond Creek captain did not pay off, because he had a long off in position and he decided to switch it over to a long on, which created that gap there in the extra cover region, and immediately a half volley outside the off stump was driven through that extra cover area. And so now the new batsman, the number 8, is on strike, and so they bring up the field. Comes into bowl and plays it away, and it's fielded at the cover point region. Comes into bowl and works onto the leg side. Oh, missing out on a run out. Established batsman back on strike, and they decided to cover both bases, so there's a long on and a long off. Island into bowl, and he slaps it, and it's over the head of the mid on, and it falls short of the long on, and so they get 2 runs there. Well, this over has been very eventful. It's conceded 6 runs, not without its fair share of incidents. Still with 1 ball to go. Will he try to retain the strike with a quick single? Comes into bowl. And yes, that's exactly what he tries to do. And they get a 2nd run. So a very productive over for North Eltham. 8 runs off it. So this is the 54th over, 15 to go, about 60 runs to win, and defends it back to the bowler. So continuing that same required run rate of about 4 runs and over. The fact that North Eltham have been able to score at about that level throughout this period and stay within the required run rate tells us a lot about their style of batting, despite losing all those wickets, despite being 6 wickets down. Comes into bowl and works it, but tries to work it onto the leg side, but instead pushes it back to the bowler for a dot ball. Comes into bowl, and it's cut, and it's fielded in the infield. 3 dot balls. What will the ploy be? Comes into bowl and drives it. And fielded there by the extra cover dot ball. So the field is slip, gully, point, cover, extra cover, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, square leg. So everyone is saving one except for the slip and the gully, and it's a 4-3 field. And defends it. The crowd is continuing to increase. There might be 200 people here watching this game. There's a lot of chatter amongst the crowd here at Coventry Oval. Comes into bowl and defends it, but plays and misses, and it's a maiden. It's still 130 for 6. And he's back. Lachlan Saul is back. This is the 55th over. 14 to go. Comes into bowl. And swings. And it's a thick inside edge. And it goes down into the Cows corner region. They've gotten one. They're going for 2. And they're going to be happy with 2. Yes, they are. 2 runs there. The established batsman retains the strike. So 67 from 14. Got 3 fielders on the deep, long off, long on, and Cows corner. 2 saving 1 on the leg side, and then 3 saving 1 on the off side. Comes into bowl, and it's pulled. They've gotten 2. And they're happy with 2 there, so 2 more. The established batsman gets 2 more runs, and he retains the strike, and they've got the required runs they need off this over, despite it being Saul. Alright, Saul into bowl, and down the leg side. Comes into bowl and swogs. What an unbelievable catch! Just listen to that crowd roar. An unbelievable catch right on the deep, diving backwards. It's the sort of catch that you would expect to see in the Big Bash. There goes the established batsman. He didn't do much with the ball, but he contributed quite magnificently with the bat. And he gets a round of applause as he walks off the field. Very much justified. So, the new batsman has come to the middle. Number 9 batsman. this should be O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan to the middle. Alright, but they'll have changed the strike because it was such a big hit. So McLeod should be on strike. Comes into ball, and it's hit on the toe, and it gets fielded by the square leg. Comes into bowl and plays it away into the offside, and that's the end of the over. It's 134 for 7. Alright, so there's been a change of the bowling at the Diamond Creek Trail end. Who's this? Comes into bowl and defends it into the short cover. This is Farron Price back on. This is the 56th over, so there are 13 overs to go. So 78 balls. So they need 63 runs from 78 balls. It's now becoming arithmetically a very difficult job for them. Comes into bowl. And it's, oh no, bad ball down the leg side, and it's whipped, helped down its way down to fine leg. They've gotten one, they're going to go for two. Are they going to go turn for the third on the arm? They do, and they're going to get three runs there. Comes into bowl and left alone. Comes into bowl. And no ball. Comes into ball. And it's a big slog. It's an inside edge and it goes down into the deep back good square leg. They're going to go for one. They got two. And they're happy with two. Comes into bowl, and it's a big beamer, and it's going down into the mid-wicket boundary. They've got one, and it's four runs. Comes into ball. Another successful over for North Eltham. Let's see, 10 runs off it. Okay, so 12 overs to go. 12 overs to go. Comes into bowl and hit on the pads. Comes into bowl and it's cut. And it's through the backward point region, going down to the third man boundary. They've gotten 2. Are they going to go for a third on the arm? No, they don't. They're happy with 2. It's quite a significant ask to score more than 50 runs after the last 12 overs, and it's an edge, and no run there. Comes into bowl. And it's an edge, and it's gone down far through the gap in the slip, between the slip and the gully, and it's gone down to the third man boundary. They got 2, and they're going to pick up and throw it in. They're going to go for a third on the arm, and they make it. 3 runs there. Comes into bowl and works them to the leg side, and it's a dot ball. Saul into bowl. And, oh, big beamer. End of the over. Alright, so a change of the bowling. It's Noah Merritt. Oh! Noah Merritt. I'm not sure what he bowls. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. Oh, a second play and a miss. Comes into bowl. And a third play and miss. So this is the 58th over now. So just 10 to go after this one. Comes into bowl. And another play and miss. And they've put a fielder out at fine leg and third man. Everyone else is saving one in front of square. And pushes it, and it goes fielded in the covers. So the field is fine leg, mid wicket, mid on, mid off, extra cover, cover point, point, and third man and slip. Comes into bowl and defends it, and they're going to go for a quick single, and they make it. So no maiden for Merritt, but just the one run off it. It's 150 for 7. Sewell to continue to bowl at the Elizabeth Street end. And playing a miss. So there are now, this is in the final 10 overs. This is the 59th, which means now there are 59 balls to go and 47 runs to win. So 47 from 59. Sewell into bowl. And works it, and no run there, dot ball. Comes into bowl, and it's cut. And it's through the gap in the cover point region, and it goes down to the deep cover, deep point boundary. They've gotten 2. Are they going to go for a third on the arm? They do go for a third on the arm, and they can't remove the bails cleanly, and so they get the 3 and no overthrows. You can feel how much tension and pressure is out there. Every little fumble, every time you just can't take the ball cleanly, every time you tense up with your hands so the ball spills out of your hands, it all shows just how much emotion is currently out on the field as we speak. Sewell into bowl. And it's slapped down into the deep mid-wicket boundary. And that is 4 runs. What an amazing shot there. And now there's been 7 runs gotten off this over. That's the sort of big over that you need when you're facing this sort of a run chase. Comes into bowl and cuts it, and it's fielded in the cover region, and it's a dot ball. Comes into bowl and left alone. End of the over, 7 runs off it. It's 157 for 7. Okay, so this is the 60th over. Merritt to continue, right arm medium, and pushes it, and just a dot ball. Comes into bowl, and it's cut, and again it's fielded in the covers. These little medium pace dibbly dobblers from Merritt are just what the doctor ordered. Exactly what Diamond Creek need to slow down the pace off the ball and make scoring a bit more difficult. Comes into bowl, and it's cut, and again it's fielded in the covers. They've got 4 fielders in the covers, and so if you've got something short and wide, you just have to hit it behind point to third man. You just cannot hit it in front of square. You won't get any runs. Comes into bowl and drives it, and again fielded in the covers. Comes into bowl And again fielded in the covers. Now it's looking at a maiden here. And he breaks the maiden by scoring a run at the square leg region. So just one run off it, 158 for 7. Okay, so this is the 61st over. Eight overs to go. Poon to bowl from the Elizabeth Street end. Comes into bowl and works onto the leg side and fielded by the mid-on for a dot ball. So 8 overs to go. And it is 39 runs. Poon into bowl and drives it, and it's fielded by the extra cover for a dot ball. So 39 runs from 8 overs. It's still quite a momentous task, but it's certainly something that North Eltham could accomplish, because we've seen them be able to score well. Comes into bowl and slaps it, and it beats the bowler, but it does not beat mid-off. A very good piece of bowling, a piece of fielding there by mid-off, able to sprint and come to ground and get the ball into his hands as fast as possible, so that the batsman could not possibly think of trying to pinch a run in that situation. Comes into bowl and tries to block it. Can't try and go for a quick bunting run, instead pushes it to point for a dot ball. Because the required run rate is about 5 runs and over, it means that all Diamond Creek should be thinking of: get a couple of maidens, boost that required run rate up to 6, and then watch the slogging happen and try and cash in by getting the wickets. Comes into bowl. And it's an edge, and it goes down to the third man region, and the third man fielder picks it up and throws it in for the 1 run. Last ball of the over. Poon into bowl and slaps it, and it only goes as far as mid-on, so just the 1 run off it.